With a mix of his strong personality and harsh words, combined with his undeniable talent and care for others' financial well-being, Dave Ramsey is definitely a true legend when it comes to money and has helped thousands of people get out of debt. No matter if you are living paycheck by paycheck or investing millions of dollars, his input is always appreciated. So that being said, check out these 10 amazing financial tips from Dave Ramsey.
Superfinances.
One of the best pieces of advice that anyone can give you is to act like your age, and that's exactly what Dave Ramsey believes too. A couple of years back, he tweeted, "Key to winning with money, live on less than you make, act your wage, quit spending like you were in Congress." This is truly one of the most important pieces of advice that anyone can give you, because the examples of this are spread out all over the world. Whether it's an investor, an actor, a politician, or a businessman, people who have spent just as much as they make have never been able to consistently maintain that wealth, and it ends up hindering their potential, and even leads to their bankruptcy. Those who spend less and invest and save more always become richer than they were before in due time. Number 2, make a proper plan of your money. Dave Ramsey has never been subtle about what he says. He stated that the trick in most people's lives is that they don't even identify where they want to go, referring to everyone who does not have a plan and tries to improvise what they do. He proceeded to double down on his statement, saying, "That's called being a child. Adults devise a plan and follow it. Children do what feels good." What he means to suggest through these harsh words is that everyone should make a financial plan and then stick to it without expecting others to help them out or spending more than they plan to. Number 3, treat every dollar as an individual. One of the most iconic advice that Ramsey has given is to treat every dollar as an important part of your income. He said that every dollar has an assignment and that you're making every dollar behave, giving every dollar a name before the month begins. What that means is that you should create a budget and then decide what every dollar will do, such as your rent, bills, what you'll spend on yourself, and what you'll spend on your family. And then by tracking your expenses, you can adjust everything accordingly. It's the ultimate way to save your money and invest at the same time. Number 4, the definition of insanity. Although Ramsey generally suggests sticking to your plan, it does not mean that you should do it religiously. If things are not working out, you have to be ready to embrace change. He said that if you continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, that's the definition of insanity. You have to change the path. However, he does acknowledge that all of this is easier said than done and that pain stops many people from making the changes that they need. But he does not consider it a valid excuse from trying the same things on repeat and hindering your potential. Number 5, how to become free of debt. Although many believe that only rich people get out of debt, Ramsey believes that this is a feat that almost anyone can achieve. He stated that anyone can become debt-free. True debt reduction is plain common sense and hard work. Although this might feel a bit harsh to hear at first, he gave a pretty good explanation as to why he said that. He suggests using his debt snowball method, which means that the person should make minimum payments on every debt and then prioritize the money on the smallest debts. Once you pay off the smallest debts, you'll feel more successful and optimistic. And then you realize this is going to work and pay off the next debt. So ultimately, morale and a positive mental attitude is crucial. Number 6, don't borrow or overspend. Dave Ramsey is not a fan of living on credit. Whether it's borrowing money or using your credit card, he said that people should avoid these things and try to live off of what you can truly afford. He said that when people try to borrow their way into a position in life or an ownership of stuff in life that they can't afford, they struggle for the rest of their lives paying payments on stuff. So when you write a check and pay for it, you should be able to pay for it by your own balance, not through credit or borrowed money. In a way, the best way to pay a debt is to not have a debt at all. Number 7, future investments are the key to success. Ramsey says that when you are investing, you are living your life more in the future and in the present. He believes that if you want to be successful in life, investing in the future is one of the most important aspects because it both provides you financial security and establishes the later years of your life as a time that will allow you more leisure. He suggested a few practical steps for those who want to invest in their future, which are: contribute to a pre-tax savings plan and a tax-free savings plan. Put some investments in mutual funds that have a winning track record. Hire a financial advisor who can help you understand what options you have. If you do hire a financial advisor, make sure that you're still in control of your choices. Invest in what you truly believe in, not out of impulse. Number 8, invest in what you can explain. Dave Ramsey has stated that don't invest in anything unless you can easily explain how the investment works to someone else. This is something that many other successful businessmen and investors say too in their own different words, and is very important advice. No one should invest in something if they don't understand it just because someone else suggested it or it's trendy to. If you can't explain what you're investing in to someone else, then that means you're making a mistake. Only invest in what you actually comprehend. Number 9, don't copy how others live. Ramsey strongly detests when people live the same as each other, which is why everyone falls into the same debt as anyone else that they can look at. He said that people have been sold stuff and sold stuff and sold stuff, and they've got this entitlement thing, referring to how people spend money on what they can't afford just because someone else did the same and then fall into debt. He closed off his piece of advice by saying, "If you will live like no one else, later you can live and give like no one else. So make your own decisions and don't follow the herd." Number 10, have savings for the worst case scenario. Life is unexpected and so are stocks and businesses. It does not matter how secure you feel, if you're low on bank balance, you're always in danger because you can experience an emergency at any moment and it will put you in debt. He suggests building security with an emergency fund, saying, "Ever notice when you are broke, everything is an emergency?" His suggested steps are: save $1,000 that you won't spend unless in an emergency. Once your debts are paid off, save an emergency fund that is equal to months of living expenses, so that you are secured against more serious setbacks such as losing your job. Once you have an emergency of 3 to 7 months of expenses, issues in life no longer feel like emergencies. And the last step is to just save back every time you spend something from this fund. So there you have it, 10 amazing financial tips from Dave Ramsey, the legend himself. We truly hope some of them can help you out, and we'll see you in the next video.
Superfinances.